In this video, I'll walk you through what you can do with values in pivot tables. So let's create a pivot table and then play around with the numbers. We have an employees list here on the sheet employees, and let's create a pivot table. Let's go to the Insert tab, click Pivot Table on the left. Everything gets selected, that's fine. And let's create a simple pivot table. It doesn't actually matter if you start with rows, columns, values, or filters. You can choose anything. So we would like to list sum of salaries by office. So I will put the office here to get a list of our offices, and then I will choose the salary and drag it to the values and format it as euros. So I will go home and choose a euro as a format and remove the decimal places. Great. So this is the basic of values. You just drag a value with numbers, which is a salary, for example, and what you get is a sum of salary, because typically in finance we work with sums. But you can sometimes want something else. Let's say average. I would be interested what's the average salary in each city. Don't take it as granted. These numbers are basically made up for the purpose of this training, so they make no sense in real life. But let me show you how to change it to average. You can stand anywhere in the salary field here, right click any of the number and click summarize values as, and instead of sum you can click average, and this will be the average salaries per office. So let me sort it from the largest to smallest. So in Frankfurt and Tokyo will be the largest, Kuala Lumpur and Berlin the lowest. As I said, I'm not sure if it's a real life situation. Okay, so we have this data, we have an average. We'll be interested in, let's say, maximum and minimum salary. Will be the lowest paid person, will be the highest paid person. We don't actually have to always switch that. We can put the salary into values multiple times. So if I take the salary, once again drag it to the values, I get sum, and I can right click it, summarize values as, and this time I will put what is the minimum salary, what is the lowest salary in each office. Nice. I drag the salary once again, and I would like to click it this time, right click it once again, summarize values by maximum, so there will be the maximum salary. Nice. And I'll still put it once again for the sum of salary, and this time I would like to show you something special. I would like to show you the share of salaries, of the total salaries per individual offices. I will do it by right clicking that, and this time I will show values as, which will be the second menu, show values as, and I would say percentage of grand total. In the older version of Excel, it has some little bit different wording, but you can click that and you get percentages. So there will be like the percentage of the total, 100% of the salary. So you will see 11% of the salaries of the city are in Prague. So we have the sum of salary in percentages. We can choose to put the salary once again here to see it not just in a percentage but also in a full number. For the percentages, you can theoretically choose to display the salary as well. So if I click the average, so if I show values as percentage of grand total, you will see that 100% will be the average of the whole company. And so you see in Frankfurt there is 153% of the company average, whereas in Berlin it's 79% of the company average. So let's go back. You can do the same with another number entries, let's say age. So I can put one more value here. I will put sum of age, and this time it got wrongly calculated as euros. And I will choose again it as it'll be a number, age would be a number, And actually sum of age makes no sense at all. So let's choose to summarize values by average. So I'll be interested in what would be the average age per office. Nice, we have a quite young office in Frankfurt with the highest average salary. That's quite interesting. Okay, I think we only have one person here because the average, minimum, and maximum is the same. So I right click here, click. I have a problem with this thing because it's got wrongly formatted as euros once again, even though those are percentages. Nice. So as you can see, you can play around with the values. There's one more trick I would like to show you with values, and for that I will create one more thing. Actually, two more tricks. One of them is count. You can use for count. You can use any of these fields because counting works the same. So I'm a little bit running out of space. So if I put name here, right here, it will be count because you cannot average it. There will be a count of name, but it's not a unique count. So it's really count of lines. So if I would put gender here, the result will be same. He just uses a column to count how many people are there in each individual office. I see my table is quite large, so I can maybe go to view and freeze panes and freeze first column. So if I'm scrolling, I can still see which office it is. So you can use some other Excel features with pivot tables as well. One more thing, if you have any pivot tables and any numbers that you're interested in, let's say maximum salary, and you are thinking, oh, how is it possible that the maximum salary in Tokyo is that high? Like, who's that person? So you would double click that, and a new sheet will be created with all the people in Tokyo. And you will see where the salary comes from. You will instantly see who's the maximum salary guy. Or let's go back. Like I'm interested in Berlin, so I can double click it. So even better, I will build one more table to demonstrate that out of the employees table. So I will put salary here, grade here, and department here. And then I can really see, okay, so why do you have so much costs here, the managers in sales, like who are those? So again, if you double click any number in a pivot table, you will see the list of rows that are making these numbers. If I double click it, I get all the sales managers. It's a new sheet. It's not a filter in the original table. It's a new sheet. So after you saw the data, you can delete it. So that's what you can do with values. I hope you're excited.